Welcome to On the Chain. This is here with co-host Chip. What is going on, Chip? What's going on, everybody out there in the On the Chain family, On the Chain community? Market mayhem.
Ooh.
Whoa, market mayhem. XRP buybacks, gold rumors, USD running on XRP, conduct codes. What the heck is going on in the XRP space? All sorts of stuff, all sorts of rumors. And we're going to talk about the latest on real projects like XDC, Flare, and you guessed it, the Stellar Foundation.
Yeah. We're going to talk about all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You ready to do it?
Let's do it.
Are you ready to go?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Welcome to On the Chain.
I got a disturbance in my nose. Who's that one comedian that used to say, "Do you see an ostrich in my nose?" He used to always say that. I don't know who the hell that was.
I don't know who it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. Whoa.
Anyway, yeah, welcome everybody. Look at them coming in. Look at, hey, what's up, Al Heavy?
Look at everyone
Willis
pouring in.
Good day, lurkers. Good day, guys. What up? Good day, everybody.
Come on,
legendary.
people. You know who
As
you
you guys
are.
come in, drop where you're coming in.
Come on, YouTube people. You know who you are. Rumble
YouTubers.
people, you can't come in because I didn't set it up. No rumbles today.
Oh, we didn't rumble? Well, it rumbles.
We didn't. We're not rumbling.
They have to make it easier, Jeff. It's
X, Twitch, YouTube, Twitch, X. Ramey's coming in to us from
YouTube,
X.
Twitch.
What is up?
What's good, gents? Everything's good. It's so funny. I haven't seen Tony Morrison forever.
Coming in from X.
And Tony actually commented on one of my tweets.
Man, we haven't seen Tony forever.
I know. And I was like, I saw him on the tweet. I was like, Tony? Holy cow, where did he disappear to, man? You haven't seen Tony forever? Haven't seen him. Hello, it's Fabio.
Hello,
what's up? Fabio.
All the way over there on the
from the
wave of innovation.
I almost said world of innovation because I'm thinking about Australia. World.
The
wave. You know, world wave. It's all the same, Jeff. We got Eric's in here. Damn.
Mark's over at the Lamborghini dealership again.
Yeah, Tony. Yes, the big smiles of Tony. Yes, Steve. All in here. Lefty, legendary. You got to be legend if you're legendary. That's it.
Legend.
So, Jeff, there's a lot. The last couple of days, I feel like have been pretty heavy. There's like a lot of weird stuff going around, and you know, it's like there's such vitriol out there, really. For a lot of people are just,
in the future,
angry, and they're fighting, and they're mad, and
yeah,
I like to have fun, even though I'll
talk about the XRP community.
Yeah, just in general, like the XRP community is like, it's just like a lot of vitriol. People are just, there we go. Hello.
Like vitriol.
Hello.
I like our lemon trees, and then no lemon tree. Lemon tree.
I have a lemon tree now. Did I tell you I have a lemon tree?
Lemon tree.
I do.
I really have a lemon tree in the backyard.
Not in the backyard, but I have it in the
kitchen.
The backyard, kitchen, they're both the same place, Jeff.
Chip has migrated the lemon tree to the kitchen.
Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get, man. I have a lemon tree, another lemon tree. So this is interesting. So it was weird. Like, I think it was like Saturday or maybe it was Sunday, but Jeff hit me with this post on X, and I was like, Jeff, this is a good find. This is a post from David Schwartz from back in the day. It's so funny. This is from April 8th, 2023. And the weird thing is, I don't really remember it. Did you ever remember seeing this the first time?
I honestly don't, and I just happened to stumble across it, and I'm like, man, this is gold.
Well, why
is this gold? Mainly because of the topic.
It ended up being everywhere, though. It's so funny because I was like, the next thing you know, like it was in my feed. Everyone was commenting on it. Everyone's saying, hey, where did this come from? So somebody unpacked it, and it ended up being there. I don't know who actually did it. Sophie's here as well. Rye Guy. Look at Rye Guy's here.
Exactly. Bitcoin is always winning. No drama with Bitcoin.
There is no drama with Bitcoin. This is what I love about Bitcoin. This is why Alchemist is absolutely 100% right. There is no drama with Bitcoin.
And a big welcome back to the Roaring Kitty over on X, and GameStop and AMC going parabolic.
The Roaring Kitty memes are just absolutely next level. They're just phenomenal. I haven't seen so many of those, but I want to talk about this. David Schwartz put this out last year, a little over a year ago. He said, let's talk about 10 things. Nobody can speak for the XRPL, and these are just my own views. And he just happens to be the guy that was there from the beginning, the guy that's got pets, the guy who is the chief tech officer. He's not just some dude, right? He's not just some dude on X. It's David Schwartz.
I was gonna say douche, but yeah, dude is good too.
Also, it's dangerous to say something will definitely not happen. Now, I saw a lot of people say that will definitely not happen. I'm talking about what's reasonable to expect, and he lays it out here.
So let's go to the top 10. Hang on, ready? Number 10.
Number 10. That's funny. I can't hear that because I have my crisp on, and it totally cancels that out. So you have to give me the cue. So first off,
again. Oh, there we go.
Now this is funny, Jeff, because we hear this all the time. XRP cannot be pegged to gold, silver, or anything else in theory, because nothing prevents someone from trying to peg the price, but it's absurd to expect someone to do this when it's virtually impossible to imagine why anybody would want to do that. But it doesn't stop influencers from telling you
about it, that
it will be pegged to gold. You know how? Because I heard it from a source. I have a special secret source from Telegram that's anonymous that told me, Jeff. I don't even know. There's not even any receipts. Like, show me the receipt. A guy, a friend of a friend who knew of somebody. Like, it's just spoken as matter of fact. This is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to happen. There's no middle ground. Did you ever notice that? Matter of fact, Jeff.
All or nothing. Super matter of fact. It's going to happen. It's going to be pegged to the gold. It's going to be pegged to the silver. That's just how it is. And let's go forward.
Yeah.
And don't ask me.
That's 2 of 13. We just spelled that one, right? So
2 of 13. Here we go.
What's going on here? There we go. And 2, XRP cannot magically become a stable coin. Now, we heard this for a long time until Ripple actually announced they were going to release a stable coin, and then it died down for a little bit, at least for now. But it can't become a stable coin. Someone could offer to redeem XRP at some fixed rate for something else to set that floor price, but why would anyone want to do that? Why wouldn't they just issue a stable coin? Funny enough, a year later, Ripple did just that. And not mess up XRP. Well, he was a seer, right?
Yeah. If you want a stable coin, just buy one chip. Now, that's it. XRP is by far the best stable digital asset
that doesn't move.
Ever been created. It might not be pegged to $1. It's not stable to $1, but it is probably one of the most stable because it doesn't have a lot of fluctuation. When it hits that 50-cent mark, it's in that 50, 54, 55, 50, 54, 55, while the others are going like 58,000, 68,000, 58, the big jumps everywhere. You got thousands and hundreds of dollars jumping around. And there's our XRP moving by a couple pennies.
Yeah. Funny how that works, right? So, but it's so funny that this is a year ago, and we've been hearing this stuff all year. Like nothing changes. Stable coins issued on the XRPL are not XRP. This is obviously correct. You can issue stable coins in the XRPL, but those are distinct assets from XRP. They have an issuer who typically redeems them and controls them. And unlike XRP, which doesn't work that way because it's decentralized.
Interesting.
Doesn't work that way.
So then XRP can become a stable coin? Oh, it ain't so.
You know what? I think every one of these should say, and why would you want to do that anyway?
Right. It doesn't work that way.
Why would you want to do it?
Not how it was made.
Right. Why would you even want to do it? Here we go. The XRPL requires electricity to operate. I'm not sure how this could be controversial, but again, this was all over X as well. We don't have non-electric computers with the kind of capabilities needed to run any blockchain. But then I saw that somebody was promoting that built on the XRPL, you could actually move transactions via texting.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It still has to go around the blockchain.
Not doing much. We're breaking down some of the crazy stuff that goes around with the influencers and stuff. There's a lot of them out there. And listen, I get it.
That's
You
right.
want to make
Cell
a few
phones don't use
bucks,
electricity either.
but some people don't know that that you're just like flim flam over there, and you're just like throwing stuff out. It's
Wait.
like they can't tell the difference, and these people are investing their money. I'm going all in on XRP because it'll be 742,698 with 23 cents tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next Wednesday, maybe next Thursday. Then again, the XRP can only exist on the XRPL. Otherwise, it's an IOU. The XRPL is the authoritative record of XRP ownership. You can create XRP denominated assets elsewhere, but they're somehow one-to-one tied to XRP on the XRPL. They're not XRP, but a derivative or an IOU. Funny, you shouldn't have to say that. David Schwartz felt like he had to say that. And then you can always end it with, and why would you want to do that anyway? Let's face it.
Steve is saying you can move XRP via solar flares to Mars in a couple
That's
years.
true.
Or maybe by laser. That'll be cool.
By laser,
Now,
solar flares.
so OSW is bringing up an interesting point, which is the
Tokenize
flip side of the coin, gold being tokenized on the XRP ledger, which is interesting. Can you tokenize gold? And you can tokenize an asset. Can you tokenize, a security utilizing the ledger? I'm sure you could do that.
Sure.
Why not? So that would be the utility of the XRPL for real world material good and finding a way to tokenize it, which is a phenomenal idea. I love it. And
Listen,
this is how you workshop this. Are the
Jeff, are you sitting back?
thinking?
Are you sitting back? This is a rare occurrence. But check this out right here from Alchemist. This channel distinguished itself from the XRP grifter tubers.
Grifter tubers.
The grifter tubers. I like that phrase right there. We might have to take that on. The grifter tubers. Grifters. That's pretty much what they are. But again, a lot of this, you shouldn't have to say it. You just do a little bit of basic research. You should be okay with it, but no.
XRPL. The solar flares will run on the XRP. That's it. Solar flares cannot exist without XRP.
Now we're out of control.
XRP to run the solar flare.
So XRP has nothing. Jeff, this is the one.
This is the biggest one. This is by far.
I spent so much time trying to explain this to people because everyone's like, you don't understand. It's not one of the 8 chosen coins. The 8 chosen coins are XRP, XDC, right? Anything that they go.
XRP was the only one ISO 20022.
Yeah, what is it? 20022, right? Well, first of all, no, that's the software. That's not the digital asset. It's like
it's a standard.
It's a messaging standard for payments. XRP is a cryptocurrency. While it could certainly be projects using both of these things, there's no real inherent overlap between them. But this is, they get it wrong. No, you don't. XRP is 20022.
Don't get it.
No,
don't get it. Don't get it.
If you look at ISO, if you look at ISO 20022, if you know what it looks like, it's a messaging standard. So that is called software. It's all the time on the internet. It's driving me crazy, Jeff.
That's one of the old ones that kept circulated, kept getting a lot of traction. Charles saying, boom, there's a glitch in the India market. XRP, $4,000 suppression. We see a lot of that. We see a lot of
you can never cash in on
glitches that are in the market. Yeah, you can never cash in, but people catch these glitches on different exchanges. And they're like, look at this glitch. Is something going on? Was there a suppression? What exactly was going on? And there you go.
It could be like the way they update like their feed, like whatever their endpoints are, like their APIs are.
Misinformed.
You don't know.
Who misinformed? Who misinformed?
Here's one. The interledger doesn't require XRP. ILP works for any asset, either for payment or settlement, and works well in conjunction with XRPL payment channels. You can use ILP for your pure dollar payments if you want. That's not something I see pop up a lot.
That is interesting, right? Because as you get into it and we talk about the ledger and you talk about the XRPL, you talk about Ripple being built on and using the XRPL and using the technology. And then what, right? So you actually don't need XRP. So really the whole use case of moving money and payments and all of that, if you're using the XRPL and you can build it in and you use in the ledger and the DEX that's built into it, you can change and you can move all asset. And it's interesting because spend the bits utilizing technology, moving Bitcoin, which I find to be fascinating.
XRPL, yeah, but I mean, but the interledger doesn't use it. But this is where some people get the, you know, the ILP and XRPL. I think they conflate them. They think they're one and the same. They are not. But I don't see that one come up as much, to be honest with you, Jeff. I really don't.
Yeah, yep.
Here's the big one right here. This is the one that basically is propagated like the propaganda we get every day in our news channels. But all the money in the world will not run across the XRPL. Funny you don't have to say that, but you really need to say it. Massively scaling blockchains is hard. That doesn't limit use of XRP to denominate payments or using payment channels, IOUs, derivatives, etc. Most of the world's payments do not belong on a public blockchain. But I like that. It's going to move all the money, Jeff. How much? Quadrillions. All the money. And then what? How's it going to do that? And if you think about, I don't think it can physically do that because of the transaction speed. You really have to bolster the transactions. You know, how many transactions per second? It's not the speed, but it's how many transactions per second is capped, right? And how are you going to move all that money throughout the day? I mean, you have a massive logjam. But
Right.
no, that doesn't stop people from saying, oh, the money's moving every single thing. Here's the other one. That this is now again, I was watching a video earlier, Jeff, where the speaker said that it was going to be X amount per, you know, token, and they talked about
All
the
money.
okay,
All the money.
talked about the buyback. The U.S. government is not, I repeat, not going to buy your XRP. Tying XRP to one particular jurisdiction plays to the weakness rather than to its strengths. Cryptocurrencies work best when the ownership is diverse. It's one way to say it, but the other way to say it is why. Now,
Why
Jeff,
would they do it?
do you remember
Why?
like years ago that you'd have that there would be some report circulating that, you know, the Department of some group, some government group had purchased hammers and they paid $950 a piece, and you're like, that's outrageous. How would you? Okay, well, every once in a while you slip some stuff in, right? But do you think that why would the government pay like the premium? I mean, it makes it, and I've heard, well, that's because of X, Y, and Z, and they're paying for the
Because of
privilege,
nothing.
whatever. It's all
If
crap.
anything, they would go at it as they did and treat it like gold and just say, hey, it's illegal to own.
Right. Like they did in the
That's
30s.
it. And there is no buyback. I'm not going to give you anything. Just
Right.
it's now illegal. Turn it in. Pennies on the
cut
dollar.
Despite their face because they're going to win every time. It's the government. You know, what's that Reagan says? 7 words, most frightful words in the English language from the government, and I'm here to help. Yeah, sure you are. Okay, buddy. Nice. And again, it doesn't matter who's right.
But I liked his point, you know, and it does play to a weakness rather than to a strength.
Of course.
You know, why would it want to be so centric like that? What was the purpose of it? You know, and that would be, you know, the Federal Reserve maybe leveraging digital asset to, you know, pull, you know, instead of just accumulating gold in the treasury, they're going to say, hey, you know what? We're going to start accumulating all asset, gold and digital gold. So that's Bitcoin, maybe it's XRP, maybe it's Ethereum, whatever it might be. And they start mass accumulating digital asset as part of the treasury of the central bank to create more leverage, you know, over the networks and over the people. That makes sense.
I see you
Makes
look
more
back.
sense.
I see this right here, Jeff.
No buyback.
The ISO 20022 uses PAX.
Yeah, so I looked it up, and PAX 08, I posted it there. It is a payment message used for financial institutions. So it's between one FI to another.
Yeah.
It's communication software. I'm looking at the real-time payment through the PAX. There's a whole write-up on it. I don't see anywhere, and they launched this 2017. This came out utilizing the standard. And if you get into the ISO document and you want to look at what the PAX 008 is, it's now been updated. It's no longer 008. I believe it's up to 009. But that was the one of the latest back in 2017.
There you go.
Talking about, now could there be some hidden understanding that, Swift is now working alongside Ripple and utilizing RippleNet somehow, or have they tied into the XRPL with nobody knowing about it in any of the industry? That'd be interesting. Is it possible? I don't know. Maybe they have a secret development team someplace using the XRPL. Are they using XRP specific? I don't
What's
I don't
interesting
know.
too,
It's a
Miss
messaging platform.
Miss Moneypenny is a member of the community,
so.
is residing in China at the moment, and she had said that she was sending money from China to Lloyd's Bank in England, and she said it got there in 7 hours via Swift. And I was wondering, did it get there, or did you see it display? Like, do we know that the actual settlement happened in 7 hours? We don't.
No, settlement still takes days.
Right. It hit her account. Like, she was able to see it hit her account, but I don't think the
Well,
settlement actually
I
happened.
think there's still an IOU. I mean, even though it's still moving via bank wire, there's still an IOU between the banks in that transaction process. Because a bank wire, an ACH can be pulled back, and you have a 3 to 5 day window to
Yeah.
retrieve an ACH. A bank wire, once it finalizes, I think there's a period of time to where
Is
they
there?
can pull it back, I believe, but maybe not. I could be wrong on the bank wire.
Where- Apex Crypto. Sorry, I'm jumping in late. Maybe you covered it, but is David saying the government is going to buy back your XRP? Because it says he's confronting lies. No, he's saying just the opposite. He's saying that the government is not going to buy back your XRP. Jeff, this is a good one too. I've seen the Stephen Thomas All the Money clip hundreds of times over the years. That's a great one. I think we played that before. I'm pretty sure we played it here.
All the money.
Yeah. Not all the money like you're thinking. Not all the money like you think at XRP.
No, just moving all the money through the XRPL.
No, that's not what it is, Jeff. No, it talks about all the money and it breaks it all down into bite-sized chunks so you can understand.
All the money will not run across the XRPL. Seems to be saying that he believes all the money will.
No. He's saying just the opposite of that. Don't start stuff, man. Yeah,
It's already starting stuff right in the show. Look at that.
He comes in late and starts some.
Late,
We're just playing. We know it's not really true. We know it's not true. See, there you go, right there. Kelly's like, I'll show you a bank statement too. Shows the actual deposit is pending. Try to send that money.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's sitting there until settlement.
You see it there, but it's not like you're right. You won't be able to take that and send it
It's
somewhere
not
else.
like Zelle.
I saw something on X where a guy was figured out between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock on an ATM. He could move money.
I saw that.
Did you see that, Jeff?
Yeah, and he was moving it from a credit card to his bank, and he racked up like $1.6 million.
Yeah, until he finally came clean because he had to do it every day. So he had to keep up the charade for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And it was always like that 24-hour lapse time. So he was able to always move it. So he accumulated the money. He felt guilty to the bank and he went to jail.
Yeah.
True story, but it was a fun little video.
That was pretty cool.
I was like, all right, well, he's just caught up to him. The US, this is not going to buy it. So RippleNet is totally different from the XRP ledger. RippleNet is an enterprise payment system software that eliminates barriers to using XRP, XCOPL, for the source or destination or bridge in enterprise payments. RippleNet is a private network based on early versions of ILP. And when he says private, that means because Ripple is a centralized private entity that builds software that works with payments. And this is where I think it was so funny when the SEC v. Ripple case was going on. Everyone's like, I've never heard of Ripple. Jeff, I've never heard of Ripple. When I invested in XRP, I didn't know anything about Ripple. Now it's like Ripple's the savior. We don't need people to build on the XRPL. Forget about kill the builders. They're rug pulls. All they do is bad things, and they'll rug pull it on you, and you'll be screwed. We don't need people building XRP. It's Ripple's the savior. And listen, Ripple's one company, but there were hundreds or thousands, right? Just like hundreds, like the developers, like Apex. Apex puts out a report that talks about how many building, and you can really see how far down the line the XRPL is. It's like 40 something, right? It's like you think about
It's
the
not
top
top
5.
project.
It's look, your projects are going to go, and then I saw Daniel from Casino Coin going back with 2 Yahoos on X saying basically like, yeah, we've talked to VCs, but once they find out it's the XRPL chain, they don't want to invest. And it's not because they don't want it, because it's a small community. There's not a lot of users on it. So the whole idea of when is someone, a venture capitalist or an angel investor, if they loan you money, the first question out of it, because I pitched at least close to 90 something of them on one project, Jeff. They want to know one of the first things, great idea. Yeah, okay, great. And then the next question is, well, how do I get my money back? And not how do I get it back, but how do I make 10x on it, right?
Right.
It's like, well, you don't have any users. Okay, well, that's the first problem. We don't have it. Thanks, Mr. Q. Appreciate you coming. He says good night. Right, Jeff?
And then hello.
He's out.
He's saying, what's up?
Wait till we start talking about him later in the program, Jeff. Anyway, that's what we get the Mr. Q post on X. Right? So there you go. There you Mr. Bojangles. I'm gonna be so rich, I'm gonna buy a blurry spot and walk down the beach.
Sweet.
Another one, XRP and the XRPL really are what you see is what you get. If you're imagining that there's some massive secret, then you're imagining. You can imagine anything about anything. Imagining doesn't justify believing them. Be excited about is actually there, or build things. Right. That's kind of the whole thing.
Build things.
Speculate about price. I mean, God, we all do it. Isn't it be great? Like if tomorrow XRP was $8, what would you do? I go back to sleep. That's what I would do.
Yes.
I would be like, okay, cool. But speculation's one thing, but telling people, no, it's going to be 589 by July, whatever. And if you didn't do it, well, you didn't know what changed. I knew what changed. You don't.
It's too much. It's too much. Charles saying Schwartz released the X manifesto, yet a year later, the same BS is circulating every single day. Every single day. And then Mr. Q saying, why is XRP not pumping? Even SUI is up 11%. GameStop, 200%. Maybe more today. AMC up like 200 and something percent. Come on. I didn't see what AMC was up, but
again. Once that GameStop shit starts going around, Charlie Gasparino goes crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's the only one that's got cartoon bears and riddlers and all kinds of stuff, right?
It's fun. You know what? The thing about the XRP community is that it's an amazing community.
It is.
It's diverse. There's, some interesting dynamics to it because there are, dancing bears. We know how much Alchemist loves to talk about cartoon bears and riddlers. That's his thing, but you gotta have a little bit of everything, a little zest. That was the fun part about XRP, especially in the beginning, as things were kind of ramping up. 2017, 18 as the bears and the riddlers and the excitement, and crypto was still relatively new. The difference is that the rest of the industry started to mature, right? And they started to build and develop, and Bitcoin started to develop and move away from maximalism into ordinals and NFTs and other things. And Ethereum kept expanding and developing, even though Vitalik still does weird dances and they have weird raps at their things. And even though maybe they didn't do it this time around, but the XRP community, we just hasn't moved.
Haven't evolved. Everyone's still holding those 2018, 2017 narratives like it's a broken, right? It's the same thing. Respectful to the bear. He never danced. Not that I'm aware.
We should have a dancing bear. The dancing bear would be cool.
I don't think dancing bears are always fun. Like, I think talking bears would be fun. It'd be great to have a talking dog too.
That would be awesome. We should have an XRP talking dog. Be a cartoon, a dog and a bear. That would be the best.
Oscar says, too long, didn't read. $589.
$589. And think about this. This is last year.
These Moon Boy.
Last year. How great is this threat from a year ago?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's over a year, 13 months later, they still are. Look at this. XRP just one of the ISO 2002 compliant coins. I think he's goofing there. All these issues promoted a vision, retail creating reason to purchase the shitcoin. Most of the ideas have been around for months or years, and Ripple was happy for the first fictional beliefs to go on create sales. It's so funny that somebody asked me, they took a snapshot of Brad Garlinghouse's his profile. Look at this, Jeff. Let me show you this. What are we doing here? Let's do that. What are you laughing at? You're like a laugh factory over there. What's going on?
Or as Charles saying, still better than the billionaire Bitcoin maxi sitting on furniture less their mommy's basements.
Oh, maybe.
Dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
if I was rich, I'd be happy to say
7 years, and now XRP has a pet dog. They have a talking dog. That's it. But what would be sweet though is that it'd be a 3D NFT, right? And it would be interactive with AI built on the XRPL. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody has one of those. Nobody has a cartoon dog infused with AI that's built on the XRPL that you can talk to.
Somebody asked
tell you all these great things about XRP.
Somebody asked, like, Chip, explain this. And they're talking about this 589. He's always following. Sometimes it'll go up or down if you get one hair out of square.
Yep.
But it's always stays at 589. And somebody said, well, what's this all about, Chip? And I'm like, it's called a sense of humor.
Right. I love it. It's
right?
great.
I mean, Brad Garlinghouse is having a little bit of fun. I mean, that's cool. Like, it shows that he's got a sense of humor and he's goofing about it. Now, if you really think like you're going to read into that a little bit further than that, then I don't know. I can't help you. And he goes, what do you mean? What sense of humor? What sense of humor, Jeff? I mean, is there a sense of humor?
No. But Sergio, he makes a good point too. If banks are going to buy XRP, are they going to wait for it to go to $10? Or are they going to prefer to buy it sub $1? If banks would buy XRP.
Yeah. And then, so another thing that was going on.
I don't know what the question is. The answer to that.
Jeff, you know how we've been talking about projects
Michael Saylor buys
that are trying to get grants and they get rejected? Well, it finally came out this last couple days. The reason they get rejected was because they violated the code of conduct. And you're thinking like,
got rejected. Rejected.
Panos got rejected. You name any project. Xspectre got rejected. Multiple filings for grants. Panos, you name it. They've all gotten rejected. But then here's what it is. These are examples of the behavior. These
are the standards. Behavioral standards.
Use welcome and inclusive language. Let me try that, Jeff. Welcome, Jeffrey. How are you today? Did I do that? Be respectful for different viewpoints and experiences. Now, I see that you are promoting 589, but I'm going to be generous and understand where you are coming from. Let's see, gracefully accepting constructive. Chip, you're a complete raging a-hole. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Right? Showing empathy towards others. That's empathy right there. Examples of behavior that does not contribute to creating a positive, using sexualized language or imagery, unwelcome sexual attraction or advances. I don't see that happening anywhere. Trolling, insulting, derogatory comments, and personal and political attacks.
Nobody does that. I've never seen that.
That's all I see going on right there.
That's the entire X feed.
Yeah, that's
all it is. That's nonstop X feed.
Jeff, I mean, growing up in New York, like they don't understand this because they live out in San Francisco and it's the most woke crowd you can believe. But the sign of affection, like when you grew up in New York, if you didn't attack your buddy, if you didn't put him down, like that's how you showed love. Like
every day. Every day. It was ruthless.
Face, goof around. If you guys ever see Matt Hamilton, we beat the daylights out of each other. Then I just saw him in New York and we were drinking beers together, laughing, having a good time. Listen, don't take any of it personally. Sometimes you jab a few people, whatever. Now, if it's malicious, if you're hurting somebody, yeah, but trolling, insulting, man, that's what X was made for, trolling, insulting. Who can troll and insult somebody better than the rest person? Like I said, if it's all in good jest, personal and political attacks. Okay, so who hasn't done that? I believe Brad Garlinghouse is publicly attacked, but he's exempt, just like Congress is exempt from Obamacare and all the other stuff. So yeah, he's exempt. He works there.
Publishing others' private information.
Or
That's probably
private
a bad thing. Don't do that.
publishing others' private information. Yeah, doxing people, physical or electric.
It's kind of like I mean, for the most part, you want civil community discourse, but the other side of it is just so
Yeah, it's too much. Other conduct which
don't
could
need it. Just
reasonably
put what you don't need. If you don't want to have people harassing, insulting, using derogatory sexualized language, you just got to put that. Don't put the other stuff.
yeah,
You
other
gotta show
conduct which could
empathy.
reasonably be
You
considered
gotta focus on what's best for people.
You see this one here,
Think about
Jeff?
their feelings.
This is bad. Other conduct which could be reasonably be considered inappropriate in a professional setting. So
That
now
means nothing.
it's going to be the purveyor of like what's inappropriate in a public.
It's
Jeff,
nothing.
I've seen some of the crazy. Listen,
That's
I've been sitting with bankers, okay, and I've seen weird, crazy stuff go on. These are bankers, man. I've been in front of like CEOs, CFOs. Yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
all this happens at that top level. To sit there and say, one could reasonably expect that might be considered. It's all not inappropriate.
That's right.
That's right, Alchemist, man.
So that
It's right there. If you're not trolling, you're not trying. Right on, man.
exactly.
I mean, come on, Jeff. Can we be honest here for a second?
Mr. Q says my AI will use the F words. Of course, they'll be swearing all over the place. Come on. Fabio shall not swear. That's it. No more swearing for Fabio.
No more swearing.
Apex, honestly, the only one I have a problem with is the inclusive language. Everything else seems pretty basic code of conduct for most highly reputable organizations. True. When you get into that, the weak feeling, you got to think about other people's emotional state and feelings and blah, blah, blah.
I want to know this. When I read this next post on X, I want to know if it violates the terms of conduct. Okay. This is blockchain backer who said there is no code of conduct in crypto. Wake up, don't get woke. Did he just violate the code of conduct, Jeff? I think he may have.
I don't think so. I think he was very, poignant with it. There is no code of conduct in crypto.
There isn't.
In crypto, right? I mean, the whole point is, how are you supposed to behave? What are you supposed to do?
Well,
how much trolling has there been between the different communities? And really the focus is internal within one community. Is it a community really? At the end of the day, I mean, people are people all over the, globe, and people got to interact with each other like civil human beings. You don't need a code of conduct necessarily. To like Apex, point also, it's a reputable organization. There's a certain way that you're going to handle yourself. If you're going to handle yourself a certain way in public, by all means, handle yourself the same way in print. But if you're going to handle yourself in print and say things that you wouldn't say in public, then I have an issue. There's a lot of keyboard warriors that will say things, but if you were confronted face to face, they wouldn't even have, they wouldn't dare say it to your face.
They might.
No, but a lot of people won't. A lot of people, it's easier to hide behind a keyboard versus if you get into an actual conversation face to face.
But this is
not going to say the same thing.
People were rejected from the grant program because they violated the terms. I mean,
what were the terms?
We read them. It's pathetic.
I know, but what was their violation?
No, it does. They just said it came out this week. Is that it came out in a Twitter in a space. So Kai says, "Hey, imagine a decentralized ecosystem in Web3 where a woke central authority decides if you get a grant or not based on whether you comply with a code of conduct, but not what value you add or what kind of traction you achieve or what episode of." He said, "What episode of Black Mirror is this? This is the XRP ledger. Come on, man." But that's what it is when you get decentralization in there. You get a bunch of people who are holier than thou, smarter than you, that they're going to decide what's righteous and this world. No, it doesn't have anything to do with it.
So who's going to decide the dissemination of it? They've been doing it based off of woke political value instead of actual project intent and potential. Apex, and I do think developers have a choice which blockchain they want to build on, and there's fierce competition for the few that are building on Web3. these projects are in a war of talent. And while they're in a war of talent, how is it that the XRP ecosystem is choosing the wrong talent?
Right.
Tell me
It's,
that.
well, it's not choosing any talent. It's like nobody's building on it because,
They're
well, the other
not
thing,
they're not investing in the talent. Why is it that every day you see the Stellar Foundation investing in talent, XDC investing in talent, across the board investing in talent, looking for projects, trying to figure out how to expand the ecosystem. And then you
right?
have the XRPL and the foundation. There's
They
no
don't.
foundation, but what are they doing? How are they developing? How are they growing? Where's the billion they supposedly set aside for this growth and development? And then it's free money. It's a grant program, but if you want to expand the ecosystem, you got to throw money at projects and see what sticks, and let people keep developing and building. Haven't seen it. Unfortunately, we just haven't seen it. It just
Moon
isn't happening.
put out a good post as well. She said, I understand the controversy about the proposed code of conduct, but what about calling out XRP misinformation? As
Right.
part of the biggest passionate OG blockchain communities, we need to grow and acknowledge many realities. Part of this is community education. It's very unfortunate that in 2024, there's still many XRP hype accounts whose sole purpose is clickbait engagement farming based on misinformation. Unfortunately, a large portion of the community still holds on to pre-2020 XRP marketing hype, and those who call out the misinformation are often attacked. By the way, the people who did get attacked, the people that were called dum-dums and bad actors, I know that for example, Moonchaser was called a bad actor because she actually spoke to R3 and they said they don't use XRP, but everyone else like, you're stupid, you don't know they use it. And she's like, I talked to them. I wrote emails to them. She showed the receipts. Like she brought the receipts. Like I have the emails here. They don't use them. And you're a bad actor in the space. So it seems
And you know what? But that's fine. These are the growing pains of the space, right? This is where we see a separation from hype and reality, right? There's going to be those that want to gravitate to hype, and they're going to stay in that hypey mode, just like the rest of the market is starting to grow up, and they're reaching a different phase.
Mhm.
The XRP community is moving in that direction. The focus has to be on development. If you don't develop, if you don't build, if you're not using the technology, it's pointless. There's no reason to have it. Might as well just wrap it up, put it in a coffin and call it a day and say, you know what, the XRPL was fun for a little while, but moving on to Bitcoin. I'm moving to Ethereum. I'm moving over to XDC. I'm moving to where there's a desire to actually develop technology and build technology that's going someplace. That's the difference, but most people, they still want to gravitate to the hype. They want the fast buck. They want, everybody's passionate. Everybody wants to see an investment grow in value. It's like, hey, we're here. We want to see it. People believe in it. The XRPL is an amazing technology. It's only an amazing technology if it's utilized. Otherwise, again, XRP, whatever. It's like, okay, you bought it, you're holding it, held it for a long time, been in since 2017, tracked all this way, and it is what it is until we actually start doing something. And
Hey, but
that is the excitement of it. But I think that the lawsuit, the negativity, the SEC singling out on Ripple, that definitely had an emotional, value to
maybe
a lot of things that have happened or haven't happened in the space. Take that out,
take it out.
that's not the reality. The reality is that we're facing a situation where the SEC is targeting the crypto industry.
Apex says kind of wussy for Ripple to be stingy with their grants, especially they're one of the with the riches they have. I would think it behooves them to throw as many products. The other thing too was it wasn't anyone in the XRP community that promised a certain amount of money. They've basically given less than 1%. But then you remember Forte back in 2019, they announced they were going to give Forte, a gaming company that was in and around a blockchain, but it had nothing to do with XRP, nothing to do with the XRPL. They gave them $100 million and said, go have fun, guys. Let us know what happens. Nothing. Never heard from them again. $100 million. And I said, well, what if you gave 100 projects $1 million? What if you
Right.
gave 10 projects $10 million? What could you have done with it, right?
It could have been amazing. Apex saying XRPL should be the chief sandbox for Web 3.0 development. Solana and ETH are kicking everyone's ass on that front, and they are. They get it. They got it. They
Yeah.
know where they're going with it. They're even I don't think we didn't put the Lubin thing in here, but Joe Lubin's talking about how the Federal Reserve and government is specifically targeting the crypto industry and trying to control and topple it. We know that's happening. A lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of things in the way. Definitely a lot of things in the way. But Ethereum, man, they got first mover advantage on the rollout. Look where they're at. Solana's catching up, even with the glitches, even with the problems that Solana has.
Right, it can
Solana's
go out.
still
Nobody
ahead.
cares. They give
Nobody
zero.
cares.
Everyone's like,
No.
well, it goes down all the time. Yeah, and despite all that, they're crushing it, right? So look at this. So Dirk from Xpector said,
3,000 and doesn't work as good as XRP. That's it. No one's building. No one developed.
doesn't matter.
Where are all the projects? There are
right?
no,
The ERC20, man, it saved
the
these.
ERC20 crushed it. It crushed it.
Sometimes
It was game changing. The
Dirk
ERC20.
Xpector says sometimes it's good to have clarity. David
amazing.
Birch, XRPL Commons, in a Ripple Dev space today. But I don't think we can have totally decentralized approach. The community cannot have the last word. That sounds like government, Jeff, when they go, you're too stupid to understand what you're going to vote for. We'll take it upon ourselves, right? Doesn't that sound like that? You don't know.
Who's the community he's referencing, though? Are we talking about the community of validators that are voting, that have voting rights on changing the XRPL?
It was about XRPL community is what it was about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have a total decentralized because the community cannot have the last word.
Yeah, but then that takes everything out of it. And the community, if it's voting, you're voting on it, then the community does have then the validators. Whoever votes has the last word. That's it. Voting rights. Hence the term.
And then these last two, I basically just commented on what
I don't know about that.
What Moonchaser said. I'm like, how absurd is it that influencers who spread wild propaganda are rewarded while developers building the XRPL are shunned? Absolutely makes zero sense.
That I don't understand. It's mystifying to me that it's all about, the hype. It's all about some of the influencers that just hype misinformation. And that it is somewhat largely problematic. I would like to see more focus on, hey, let's stop the misinformation. Let's focus the attention, which again, people want to spread misinformation and other people want to listen to it. All the power to them. And there's quite a few influencers out there that say really wrong things and people support them. And it's amazing to see how many people watch it, whether it's just for entertainment value or whatever it might be. But really, the movement is in this development space, the builder space, understanding the political dynamics of what's trying to crush the industry, the crypto industry. It's not just about the hype. You have to understand what we're sitting on here. It is an asset class and it is changing the future. And there's powers that be that are going to stand in the way from changing the future. And spreading misinformation is, that's short term, man. It's so short-sighted that eventually that goes away, gets stifled into the noise in the background when the real projects start building. We're still in that .com boom, phase where, pets.com was a thing.
Well, I think the other thing too is like, I mean, look, I'm believing free speech. You can say it all you want. But when somebody who's an authoritative figure and says, look, or you read a white paper and you say like, well, that's not how it works. Then you have to say to yourself, well, okay, well, you can spread all the propaganda you want. The problem is that you always follow the money. These channels are monetized. And, if you create excitement, Jeff, we do it all the time. We put on their XRP, $7,000, and then people go like, that's clickbait. Yeah, but we're goofing. The difference is Jeff and I are making fun of it. We're goofing on it. We put all kinds of goofy stuff on our thumbnails. It is hype, but you see the reality of what we actually talk about. So
that's right. And XRP Hollywood brings up a good point. And I look at it to the psychology, kind of maybe even not a psychosis, but just, the psychology of the event, right? So people want to hear there's two paths that people like when it's FOMO or FUD, right? People want to know, what does the other person know that's going to make it really good? Or what does the other person know? Why is he spreading FUD? What does he know that's bad? Why is it bad? I want to commiserate with the bad, and I want to know why he thinks it's FOMO, what the FOMO is, and I want to get behind it, whether it's true, not true, whatever. But from a psychological perspective, that is the draw, right? That's the excitement of it. It's always that follower. And then to that point, developers don't speak about ROI. Even if they did,
They
how
do.
relevant it is to the rest of I'm building on XRPL. Great. Are
They
you
do.
successful, not successful? How does that change my life?
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't.
And then Licker, the final one here, he said, unfortunately, Ripple itself actually enables many of those influencers, even going as far to send their CEOs to attend events run by influencers, and Ripple even goes as far as sponsoring those events. Ooh. Rob Licker with the
Rob Licker with a E. Just like, oh, man.
Betty put this out. I thought this was exciting. She said, the code of conduct should discourage leading the audience towards speculative conclusions that lack a solid foundations and thorough research. And Miyaka Vadari, who is a dev over at Ripple, she's a senior software engineer. She said, well, feel free to open a PR to add that to the code of conduct. You over there, right there.
That's right.
And for 30 said, that's
Great
a great
idea.
idea. So I can't wait to follow up and see what happens here,
You just got to use the Schwartz.
step on how to do that for someone who's not a dev. Mayuka says, go to the relevant page at XRPL.org. There's an edit button at the top right.
And then edit it.
Crypto Siege, is this the right page? Codeofconduct.md. Let's see, is it? No, it's a place.
Just got virused.
Wah, wah, wah. Way to go, Siege. Well, Crypto Siege, listen, Crypto Siege, I saw a video the other day. He was calling this out too. Crypto Siege is a good guy. He was calling it out, man. It was brutal, but it had to be said.
No one is in the XRP space for the developers. We're here for the banks, damn it.
I thought it said
Huh?
noon. You read it. That's better. I would have written it as noon. I'm like, who's noon? Who's noon and what is noon?
Boom.
Jeff, you know what we didn't talk about?
We didn't talk about XDC.
We didn't talk about XDC.
Damn it.
We didn't talk about Flare either.
We got to talk about it real quick.
Okay. This is how quick we're going to do it. Ready? The governance proposal, Flare Time Series Oracle fast updates. Okay, we talked about Flare.
And I'll tell you what, there's honestly though, a lot going on over at Flare, a lot of development, a lot of great things. As we also see, I'll tell you what, XDC here's what's poignant. I'll tell you what, and if I saw this going through the XRPL foundation with this type of focus, and even from, there should be no, I'll tell you where we see this wave of innovation 2025. This will be a similar kind of message. Success depends on your network. Success depends on your development. And it's not just about XRPL, right? It's all about all these different networks out there. You want to see success in the crypto space? Man, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of great networks out there. This is XDC network. Get started with XDC. Discover a low-cost, fast, and reliable blockchain built for everyone, a network of possibilities. Look at that. They're going to be over there at Consensus.
See in our
End of May. If anyone's going to Consensus, Austin, Texas, go check them out. But man, the website over here, look at this, the XDC.org, just like a kick-ass website, right? I don't know what all that means, but maybe a little hard to read all this run-on sentence because it's too close to the words. But man, it's an enterprise-grade open source blockchain protocol, an EVM compatible chain with smart contract capabilities. What doesn't have smart contract capabilities? Oh, right, the XRPL. It's uniquely suited to revolutionize, decentralize, and liquefy the trade finance industry through the tokenization of real world assets and financial instruments. Man,
Yeah.
where are the smart contracts on the XRPL? That's what I want to know. What happened?
Ripple's now getting into trade finance, into XDC space.
Yeah, look at this. Enterprise, trade finance, developers and creators. Powered by Trade XDC. Look at it's it. I don't know. I kind of get excited to look at, blockchain learning. I think this has been around for a little while, this whole site, but anyhow, it's very cool. They're getting into this space. We want to talk about tokenizing real world assets. Talking about gold earlier. Can it be tokenized on the XRPL? Yeah. But you know who's going to do it? Not on the XRPL. It's going to be done on XDC network. We're going to see some things going on over at Flare. We're going to see all this advancement, development, cross-chain. I think we're going to see interoperability is king. All these amazing things. That's the direction. This was 2023, by the way. XDC's most transformational year, 2023. Man.
23. Jeff, I want to play a short video. It's a visual one. I apologize for people that are listening.
I hope the video's visual.
No, but there's no sound. There's no commentary on it. It's just visual. It's visual, but if people are listening on the voice only podcast,
you're not going to hear it. Chip is going to do a voiceover.
They're not going to. I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to. I'll describe it after. It's a very short video, but guys, I wanted to. I basically sent this out about the ups and downs of XRP and the people that have been around this in the beginning. Some people have been around for years. Some people just a couple days. But I wanted to. I heard a little bit of that. I don't know what the hell's going on in the background, but I wanted to play this video. But this is kind of what it feels like to hold XRP. Okay, guys. If this is what it feels like, if you've been around the block for a little bit.
Oh my God, it's so true. Can't take it. No. No. Play that again. That was the best.
I mean,
oh, come on.
Just by that much.
Oh, come on.
We saw was like, when you go to a vending machine and you try to get the Coke can out of there and or the candy or something, and it just gets stuck and you're banging the machine and moving it just gets stuck. You missed the hole in one by that much. You bang a nail and it bends. You're trying to cook up your sunny side eggs and the thing bursts. Like this is what it feels like. How many times? I hate that when a spoon goes in the soup, Jeff.
Oh, God. Basket. That happened to me yesterday. Yep.
Yeah. Remember, get the 99.
Oh, get the 99% and never finish.
This is the one I always hated.
Oh man, this would drive me crazy. There's always that dead spot right down the center.
Right. That's it. Oh, we done on a high note.
So man, I'll tell you what though, all the rant, all the fun. XRP is still one of the most amazing technologies. XRP, pretty cool asset. Charles, yet XRP is still top 6 cryptocurrency despite SEC and community drama. Despite community drama. That's it. Man.
We have all kinds of love for you guys.
My camera's making me. I feel like I'm.
Love, Jeff.
I can't do that.
I don't know. I never know the right things to do. Nothing. Thumbs up. That's like a good thumbs up, and it doesn't work. This one works all the time, though. Love. Exciting. Did you just freeze, Jeff? Okay, I thought you froze for a second there. Well, that's all the fun we have for tonight. But Jeff is right. Listen, sometimes you got to just level set, get started. This is where we're at. This is where we're heading, and help educate people. Sometimes people don't know. They don't know, and maybe it's your job to help them out a little bit. But that's all we have, guys. We
show
will
this real quick. before we go, just so
Do we
people
have
see it.
our interview confirmed for Saturday, Jeff?
XDC.dev. It's in the game.
Beautiful. And look at this right here. Charles,
we got this.
you got this,
Thank
man. I
you.
love that support.
It's awesome.
Massive. Appreciate that, man. That's very cool. Do we have our interview confirmed for Saturday?
Is an alleged VC billionaire Maxie in his mom's basement.
That's fine. I'm cool with that, man. I'd be really cool with it. I would change places with you. Hey, Jeff.
Alleged. We do not have a confirmed.
Okay, we have an interview coming up. Probably be on Saturday if it happens. A Saturday, maybe not. Saturday. Will be a Saturday.
Soon to be Saturday towards the end of the month, beginning of June.
We're very excited about it because we've been wanting to have this individual on for a while. You could probably guess who it is because we feature a lot of that individual's posts here quite often. Every show, every other show. So, but we're trying to get that individual on here for a long time. Ciao, Fabio. Ciao. You, my man.
Ooh, look at this.
Yes, you guys. Charles, thank you very much. Mometa, we're cooking. We cooking.
What are you cooking?
Oh, what are we cooking? Are we cooking? Man, he comes in late. Scotty comes in late, and I don't know what that's in reference.
He just says we cooking. We don't even know what. What are you cooking?
We cooking up. I don't know what he's cooking. Cooking.
Well, a central hub for the XDC community. Look at that.
Well, I delegate Flair on
Fluent.
On what's the name of the Flu?
Look at the DEX, marketplace, finance, ecosystem. Look at all this stuff. This is all going on over on XDC. Media partners. And you know what? I tried to look at this You Today stuff. I'm not a big fan of You Today. It's not always accurate. What do you think of that?
What is that?
I don't know. Media partner. I like the Daily Huddle. It's always good. Benzinga. Market Watch. Coin Market Cap. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Chasing Squirrels.
Okay.
Auto On.
I like that. Somebody just gave me some more clarification on what he was saying.
Cooking. Man, where'd Scotty go? He's cooking and then done.
No. He pinged me. I'll square it.
Cooking? Is he cooking food? Steak?
You just popped in and left a quick message.
Hot dogs.
Jeff, don't try to guess.
Hamburgers?
No, not happening.
Diamond Hands.
That's Brian's in here. Brian Hearn. What's going on, Brian Hearn?
What's going on, Brian? Diamond Hands. That's what it's all about. It is that time. 9 p.m.
I mean, at this time, Jeff.
9:11 p.m. An hour and 2 minutes. One viewer on Twitch. YouTube is chugging along. Trying to get more. I don't know where our viewers are going. Everyone's over on X. 300 people watching. And of the 345 are on YouTube.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Thank you, X.
I think it's very good. And guys, thank you guys all for coming. Thank you guys for being part of the show. You guys help drive the show. You shape it with us. We kind of, as I like to say in business, fly in the airplane while we're building it. You just figure it out as you go. That's what we do on the show here. So really
I felt like yesterday. I haven't been on a plane where you're coming in for a landing and you can see the runway and all of a sudden you hear all the boosters powering up, engine kicks back on, and you're like, whoa, and you take off again.
That must have scared the
I'm
deal.
like, what the? Come on.
What happened?
1 o'clock in the morning.
And what happened?
Then we get an announcement. And he goes, as you noticed, I wasn't very confident in the landing approach. There was a slow plane on the runway. I'm like, well, thank God you saw it. Otherwise, we might have been toast.
Damn,
1
Jeff.
o'clock in the morning. So off we took, back over the ocean, loop around. That was a long day, man.
You flying at 1 o'clock. You know how tired you are?
I was tired.
I would have woken you up if you had hit that plane, Jeff.
Oh yeah, that definitely would have been wide awake.
It would have been like eyes open, eyes wide open.
Like I'm awake. I'm ready. Let's go.
Ready. All right, guys. We will see you on the next one. Chip and Jeff out.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.